Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2021, my team career. This time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. But before we get into it, why head down below, like and subscribe. It does help out a lot, and let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around Interlagos over here in Brazil. Of course, a really fun track. Sadly, it isn't like the season finale anymore like it used to be, because this was probably the best track to have like a season deciding race on, because it was just absolutely mad sometimes. Of course, with Lewis Hamilton in 2008, of course, overtaking Timo Glock on the final corner of the final lap. Sebastian Vettel getting spun around in 2012, and then of course recovering back to actually win. Just loads of stuff over here happening that was really fun. But here we are on our third lap, and we're actually gaining some time, actually quite a lot of time, 4/10 over here. And sorry that the video is kind of laggy at points. Not really sure why that is. It just sometimes appears that when I'm recording it wants to lag, but then other times it's just mostly fine. So I'm not really sure, but we are nearly half a second up as we cross the line over here, and we are going to go actually P13, so actually a decent result for us, only a second off of pole from Norris, Hamilton and Bottas. I guess we are going to see if we can take any points in this race, and yeah, basically see what we can do over here.
Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Formula 1 returns to Sao Paulo once again, with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit, and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. And that gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. And it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into Turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris and Vettel, Red, Leclerc, Stroll and Kimi Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, George Russell and Tsunoda. They've taken a grid penalty. Gasly, Mazepin, Mick Schumacher and Max Verstappen. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi, Ocon, Ireland. They've taken a grid penalty. And Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So here I am, actually starting in P9, I'm pretty sure that was, or even P7, because loads of people got grid penalties, so we move up, and yes, it is P7 as it's lights out and away we go. Quite a bad start over here. I did actually want to start the mediums, but then I switched to softs, not to get a bad start, but then I did get a bad start on the mediums, which is basically just a me thing. As we fall down to P9, but still keep ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, as you can see, the replay of the start over here. Immediately falling down to P9 as Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc get past me. I try and go around the outside, but I just did not have enough grip to kind of make that work around there. But P9 is still quite good as we move on to lap 3 and then 4, as we're actually closing in on Stroll just kind of slightly, but he's still kind of pulling away as Norris has some sort of issue over there. He is slow, and as you can see from his view over here, he's just going, but then all of a sudden he just stops. Some sort of problem with the engine over here or something, I'm not too sure. And that is actually going to be him out of the race. It was, I'm pretty sure they're like in the top 3 or something. Or maybe in the top 5, but it still was going to be a good result for him if he could actually carry that through to the end of the race. But I guess he just, like, there's some sort of problem with the engine, and we actually boxed it on lap 5 of here because these tyres felt absolutely tragic. I was actually meant to go on like lap 13 or something like that, but I just wanted to box in early because I really did not like the feeling on these tyres. So kind of like an undercut, but I still want to try and make this a one stop. It is going to hurt me in the end because I'm just going to be a lot slower than everyone else, even on the hard tyres, because I'm just going to have like 10 lap older hards than everyone else. But we move out in P20 actually. Daniel Ricciardo down 2.5 seconds behind us, not really sure why that is, as on lap 12 over here we actually get past Max Verstappen over here, who is boxed in a little bit earlier as well. On lap 30 he does catch us up, and of course we are in the second slowest car now, so we've actually moved up from being the slowest to the second slowest yet again, which is I guess good. And we are going to try and pull off a move on Latifi over here, because we've actually caught him up, I'm pretty sure. And he is still on the soft, so we are much faster than him. So we get past him over here. And we do have Mazepin in front of us in the Haas. But as you can see, Verstappen closing in massively and really quick. So I kind of wanted to keep him behind, but then I was like, well, there's no point defending because I'm just way slower, at least like 2 seconds slower per lap maybe. So that wasn't kind of fully intentional, but I did kind of want to let him pass anyways, because he was going to get past me anyway. So I just wanted to let him pass in a place that wouldn't really cost me too much time. That wasn't really the best times to let him overtake, but yeah, let's actually focus on the race now. Lap 15, getting past a couple of more people who pit for the hard tyres over there. And on lap 60 we actually move up to P12, and later on lap 16, moving on to 17, Pierre Gasly is actually catching up to me, and he is on a fresh set of hard tyres, so he's going to be much faster than me over here. But I am still going to try and defend, because you never know, there could be a safety car and each position counts if there would be a safety car. So if it doesn't cost me too much time, I am going to defend. But as you can see over here, he gets DRS, and well, he just kind of nearly goes around the outside of me, but I just kind of slot in down the inside to actually make it work. Here you can see from his view how it looks like trying to go around the outside, but I just go much later on the brakes over there and actually make that move work on Gasly over there. I was on lap 18, more people pit, and we actually move up to P9, so we did actually lose a couple of places. No, actually we were in P9 earlier, so we are in the same place that we were before. But over here Gasly actually did get past me down the CLRS over there, the first and second corner, and we are now going to try and go nearly 3 wide, go around the outside of Pierre Gasly. Is it going to work? We just don't have enough grip on these tyres, as they are about 10 laps, well maybe like 6 or 10 laps older than everyone else's tyres around me, so it's not really helping me too much. But as you can see, we did actually manage to hold off Carlos Sainz over there, which is quite important, as well, that keeps me in the points just about. But Pierre Gasly is actually going to pit once again, so some sort of collision, I guess, with me or with Carlos Sainz. I'm not really too sure, but that does mean that we move up to P9. But for how long? As Carlos Sainz is just absolutely blasting past with the DRS over here. I didn't have enough DRS and enough kind of straight line speed over there to defend from him. But as you can see over here, with the DRS actually, we are managing to actually keep up with him. Kind of a little bit of a cut track over there, but I didn't really take the best of lines through the first corner over there. And as you can see, lap 26, we are still actually keeping up behind him, but it is just because of the DRS. If there was no DRS, as you might see later on, it's going to be a lot worse. But as you can see, Kimi Räikkönen over here with a bit of an issue over here. And as you can see, Yuki Tsunoda right behind him just gets a face full of smoke over there. But Kimi Räikkönen is out of this race, so that is 2 people down and 20 people left in this race. Now, Verstappen over here on lap 27, he is doing a 2-stop. So he is actually trying to get past me right over here. And I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of contact over there. He does actually appear to have damage as he fell back massively. He's actually going to box again. So I guess he could have really waited to overtake me on the straight where I had no chance to defend over there. But I guess he did what he wanted to do. On lap 30 over here, we are defending from Tsunoda over here. Trying our best to keep ahead of him. To keep that basically 2 points. 1 point is still great, but those 2 points would definitely be a lot nicer than that 1 point. As you can see, the replay over here from the overtake. As you can see, we nearly managed to hold them off. But it just kind of wasn't enough, and he actually does nearly overtake me. But yeah, we managed to hold them off. But a lap later, he gets a better run out of the final corner. And this time, I'm going to try and go down the inside. Is it going to work? I'm going to have the outside line, then the inside line. But I'm kind of going a bit too wide, nearly lose control of the car. And he gets past me this time. So Yuki Tsunoda up to 9th place. And me falling down to 10th. As you can see, here's the move. We were really wheel to wheel over there. That was absolutely brilliant. It looks really great. As you can see over here, nearly lose the car. As you can see here from Yuki Tsunoda's point of view, just manages to get the power down around the outside of me over there, and just manages to blast past into P9. But it's still not over. We still have the DRS, but now we actually fought so much with Yuki over here that Ricciardo had actually Giovinazzi, or maybe not Giovinazzi, but he'd actually closed up about a second and a half. But most importantly, Ricciardo has caught up to us and is only 2 tenths behind. And basically now we need to defend and attack at the same time. So as you can see over here, I'm going to go for the move. Valtteri Bottas takes the win for Mercedes, but we actually do manage to get up into P9. But is it going to be enough? Honestly speaking, if I was to do this again, I would probably fall back to P10 just to get the DRS to at least get that 1 point. But as you're going to see over here, I'm basically stuck with no DRS, and the 2 cars around me blast past and actually fall from P9 to P10 just on the line.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close, and the new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
But they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So here we go, Valtteri Bottas takes the win and actually takes the Drivers' Championship this season, like he did in Season 1 of Formula 1 2020, my team career, with Lewis taking in the 2nd spot and Sebastian Vettel actually on the podium with a really good race from him. In the Drivers' standings, we fall down to P11, behind Lance Stroll and ahead of Ocon, and in the Constructors we stay in the same place. But I guess for now that is going to be it. I guess we're going to see what we can still do in these last 2 races, but for now that is going to be it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.